evening, Dr. Z. So this is the video for week 11's assignment. In this one, we were doing the sentiment analysis of 10K filing. So basically, we had to select a company and we had to get the 10K filings report for that one and basically select certain parts of the 10K filing reports that we wanted to do a sentiment analysis on. In this one, what we had to do was, let me actually go back to the course website. We had to process and analyze the 10K SEC filings and compare traditional and LLM-based sentiment analysis, right? Over here, so our objective as it was to apply sentiment analysis to real-world financial disclosures using two models. So the ones that we used were Finbird for the traditional one, for the financial sentiment, and then the other one for the AI one, for the LLM one, we're going to be using Olama. I originally had planned to do it with OpenAI, but OpenAI requires a key. I had gotten the key, but it wasn't working. When I tried to apply that, it said that the data limit has been reached and it was not allowing me to do so. So the second best idea that I had to use an LLM was Olama. So the Mistral um, product that Olama has, I use this one for my analysis. For this one, this company that I selected that I was doing the 10K filing report on was Johnson and Johnson. So this was the 10K filing report that I actually downloaded, and we were focusing on sections such as risk factors, forward-looking statements, and management strategy. So basically, they would provide like the tone, certainty or uncertainty, forward outlook or not. We're going to be seeing that. Now, the assumptions that we had for this one was going to be that the sentiments for both of them are going to be divided into three categories: positive, neutral, or negative. And then each sentence that I'm going to provide to it is going to be analyzed independently with no surrounding context to isolate tone. So this is very important. And then Olama was prompted specifically to return only one-word sentiments to match Finbird's output, and Finbird outputs also included confidence scores interpreted as the model's certainty, right? So this was one additional thing that I wanted to do for this one. Let me actually get to the code part first before I actually move. So here is my code right over here. So we are going to be importing the packages of subprocess, transformers, including pipeline. And so we're going to be setting up the Finbird pipeline right over here. And then here is the code for Olama, setting it up as well for the sentiment analysis. And then after that, we have the sentences, which are going to be analyzed. I'm going to get to them later. And then how they are going to be printed. So these are the columns number over here. So sentence number, the actual sentence, what is the Finbird sentiment and the confidence for it, and then the Ulama sentiment, and do they disagree or not? So I wanted to also emphasize on this one as well. So on which sentences or for which sentiments are they going to be disagreeing on? So that is going to be something else as well. And then here, the loop is created for the sentences because I'm trying to run this code in one file only. So this is the one right over here. So this is the loop, and then the same output as before, and then it is going to be saved to a CSV file, the sentiment results, so that we can easily see what the results came out to be. Now I've already run this code and it has created a sentiment analysis file, so I'm not going to run it again. I'm just going to show you after running it basically what the result came out to be. So just a bit right over here, so you can see that the code has run. So that was successful, but I'm not going to show you this way. Let's actually, oh yes, and the CSV file that came out as a result is this one over here. Hold on. So yes, the CSV file that came about after running this code is right over here, sentiment results CSV. I'm going to get to them later. Let me explain to you let me show you the sentences first that were going to be analyzed. So I have a total of 10 sentences. So let's look at a few of them. So the first sentence, this is from the 10K filing reports, by the way, so that is directly copied from over there. So we are subject to risk associated with global health crisis, epidemics, pandemics, and other outbreaks. A very normal one for Johnson and Johnson. Let's take a look at this one. Significant litigation or government action adverse to the company, including product liability claims, could result in reputational damage and declining sales. Sales of Stelara, which is a product of Johnson& Johnson, are expected to be impacted by biosimilar competition in 2005. The development of new and innovative products, as well as protecting the underlying intellectual property of the company's product portfolio, is important to success. Um, Janssen Pharmaceuticals filed litigation challenging the constitutionality of the IRA's Medicare drug price negotiation program. Delays in manufacturing or the loss of third-party supply could adversely affect our business. So, if you see the sentences over here, they have a wide range of connotations and a wide range to just like basically get our analysis for. So, different types of sentences that I have over here, they're not the same kinds of sentences. So let me get to the CSV file and let me show you what the result came out. So before we move on to findings, here is the figure that I have created over here. So for all of these sentences, here is the Finbert sentiment, the confidence, and Olama sentiment. So the first sentence that we saw, Finbert says that it is neutral to it, gives the confidence of 0.76. Sentence 4 is neutral again with 0.83. Uh, and a few negatives over here. You can see that 8, 9, and 10, we actually went through that. They are negative as well. And compared that to the Ulama sentiment right over here, which has a lot more neutral findings as compared to the Finbert sentiment. It has a few positives as well. And we have disagreements in these four sentences. So sentence number 5, 6, 8, and 9, right? So 5 and 6 were that the company's human capital management strategy is built on attracting, developing, and retaining top talent. So in this sentence number 5, Finbert says that it is neutral. Ulama says that it is positive. Sentence number 6 is that the sales of the Stellara product that was given over here. So Finbert says that it is negative on this, and Ulama says that it is neutral on this. So these are some of the ones. So the findings, as I saw, were that out of these 10 sentences, Finbert classified 6 as negative, which shows a sensitivity to risk, uncertainty, and litigation. So this says more of a pessimistic outlook on the sentences. Whereas if you compare to the LLM, which is Olama, this produced a more balanced distribution. It gave us 3 positive, 6 neutral, and 1 negative. So fairly, you can say a very well balanced one. So it is more neutral, of course, like more than half of the sentences are neutral, but more are positive than negative. Only one sentence was considered uh, negative, which was, I think, number number 10, the last one, according to Ulama, was negative. And so the disagreement, like I said, occurred in four sentences. Notably, where Finbert assigned negative and Ulama returned either neutral or positive. So that was a big difference between Ulama and Finbert right over here. And so, what are the interpretations on this one? So, Finbert is trained specifically for financial sentiment and tends to flag regulatory risks, market uncertainty, and litigation as negative, even if the language is neutral or procedural. So, like I was saying before, and then Olama, is a general purpose LLM. It's using Mistral. It leans more towards interpretive neutrality, and if often it softens the tone unless the sentiment is explicitly negative. So it just like doesn't take like certain keywords like Finbert and just like asserts to them positive, negative, or neutral values. So there's a less bias, you can say, that the LLM Olama has. So the comparison has that Finbird is rule bound and risk aware, whereas Olama is tone sensitive and flexible. So basically, we can say that this makes Finbird better suited for systematic financial screening, while Olama might better mimic human interpretive judgment in qualitative reviews. So that is like one basic thing, of course, like ChatGPT or ChatGPT or any other kinds of LLM are based on our knowledge, our emotions, and everything that we have to do with it. So it doesn't necessarily mean that Finbird is better in accuracy than Olama is. It just depends on how the situation is. I would probably side more with Olama rather than Finbird, but in certain cases, Finbird might be, if you're really risk averse or risk aware, Finbird might be the better way to go. So, in conclusion, we have demonstrated like how different NLP models work with regards to financial sentiments, and we have seen that Finbird has a rigid risk detection, which is valuable for automated alerts and market surveillance. And LLMs like Olama, they have more flexibility. They do more contextual assessments. So that was it. So this is my assignment for week number 11. I hope you like it. Thank you.